Good day, grade 9s. This is a continuation of term 2 revision. So we've already completed the DJ, the CRJ, and the CPJ. So now we are working on page 53. I just first want to give you the totals for the completed CPJ. Bank is 36,313. Trading stock is 16,087. Wages 12,990. And your sundries is 7,236. Please fill those in quickly. Make sure that you have a single total line at the top and a double total line at the bottom. Now we are going to complete something called a debtors schedule. And as you can see, I've got 3 different colors here that I've given each debtor. So you can do that as well. It just makes it easier to find all the information. So we've got an opening balance here. What this represents is basically what the debtor owed me from the previous month. So when they bought on credit in October, that money doesn't just disappear and we forget about it. They start the new month with carried on balance. All right, so if Abrams, from the previous month, this was given here in your textbooks. If Abrams owed me 4,220 at the beginning of, it should be October, or at the end of, beginning of November, that should say actually, not September, they made an error, which means that was the closing balance at the end of October. All right. So if Abrams 4,220, I'm going to deal with one debtor at a time, just for systematic procedures. Okay, so opening balance 4,220. Now, grade 9s, every time if Abrams buys goods on credit, that means that he owes me more money. In which journal do we record credit sales? If we're looking at it from the business point of view, it's a credit sale. So credit sales are always recorded in the debtors journal. So we just go up here and then look everywhere where F. Abrams' name is and then just highlight it. All right? So F. Abrams, we sold goods to him on credit on the 4th. So we'll add 3,501. And on the 21st, we will add 5,152. So we're adding that to his account because he owes me that money. Now, where will I find what he has paid me? If a debtor has paid me, that means that I have received money. I record all money received in my CRJ. So now we have to look here for F. Abrams and debtors control. Because remember, debtors control is a control account for people who owe me money. If they owe me money and I have now received it, it is recorded in my cash receipts journal in the debtors control column. So now we look here for F. Abrams' name, and there it is, F. Abrams. So we highlight, and it must appear in the debtors control column because he could still have done a cash transaction with me. All right, so 7,721 I received from him, and then let's just see if there's anything else from F. Abrams. Yes, over here, F. Abrams, 2,420. I also received that money from him. So we must remember now that he no longer owes me this money because I've received it from him. So I have to subtract it from his account, which is 7,721 and 2,420. So if we go back here to my debtors schedule, okay, debtors schedule, we are going to subtract 7,721 and then subtract 2,420. Now we're going to find out his closing balance. So this is what he started with, or what he owed me at the beginning of the month. These are his credit purchases, the business's credit sales, to F. Abrams, and then this is the money that he paid me. So now we're going to say 4,220 plus 3,501 plus 5,152 minus 7,721 and minus 2,420, because that is what I have already received from him. So his closing balance for F. Abrams is 2,732 that he still owes me. Okay, so that's the closing balance at the end of November. And that will mean at the beginning of December, it will be his opening balance. Right, now we move on to N. Bart. N. Bart at the beginning of the month owed me 1,117 Rand. Now I go look in my DJ up here. What did he buy on credit from me? So what did I sell N. Bart? I sold him goods on the 13th of 3,582. It's coming from my DJ, so it is going to increase his amount. He owes me more money, 3,582, and that's the only credit sales we did with him this month. Okay, so 3,582 is his only amount. Then I need to go and look in my CRJ, N. Bart, and we can see his name there on the 1st, and I received 1,117 Rand from him. Did he pay me anything else in Bart? No, he only paid me once this month. Okay, so what is happening to N. Bart's account with me? His account is getting less because he has now paid me. Okay. So he's paid me 1,117 Rand, sorry. So it's going to decrease, 1,117. So I can see what that answer is anyway, but let's just do it. So 1,117 plus 3,582 minus what he's already paid me, 1,117 equals 3,582. So we can see that he still owes me this amount, 3,582. Then we do the same thing for A. Carlos. A. Carlos's opening amount that he owed me at the beginning of the month, 3,434. He made a credit sale with us over there. So we add to his account 4,563, and then again on the 26th he bought on credit again. The business made a credit sale, so his account is going to increase by 2,757. Right, what he started with, his credit purchases, and then now we need to go and look in my CRJ for did I receive any money from an A. Carlos. A. Carlos, we can see over here. Yes, we received money from A. Carlos, and it's there in my debtors control. 2,034. He paid me. A. Carlos, and then again over here. A. Carlos, 4,250. Okay, A. Carlos, 4,250. And then A. Carlos, this is why I tell you to always look if it's in debtors control as well, because we can see here that A. Carlos, we did a cash sale with him, so not credit. This was a normal cash sale, and he took the goods, left with them immediately, and we received the money for it immediately. So it wasn't money that he still owed me. So don't include the 448. That was a normal cash sale. Right, so the only two amounts we are taking is 2,034 and 4,250. It's coming from my CRJ, which means that I received money from this debtor. So does he owe me more or less? he's now going to owe me less. His account is going to decrease by 2034 and 4250. Okay, so now we can figure out what his account is standing at by saying 3,434 plus 4563 plus 2757 minus 2,034 minus 4,250. So he still owes me 4,470. All right. So I just want to do a quick little summary of all of this. So this is a debtor's schedule. It shows all the people who owe me money. We start here with the opening balance. So if you add all of these amounts together, this is going to be your debtor's control opening balance. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because our next section is going to be ledgers, and then debtors control. This will be my opening balance, because debtors control is a control account for people who owe me money. These are the people who owe me money. So that would be my debtors control opening balance. These pluses would be my credit sales for the month. Credit sales. So if you add all of these pluses together, it should give you that amount. It should give you 19,555. And then these are all the payments that I received from my debtors. Payments received. So credit sales increases debtors accounts. Payments received decreases debtors accounts with me. Okay, and then this would be my debtors control closing balance. So how much my debtors owe me at the end of the month. Okay, I want to add those because it should give me this amount. You'll see when we do that now. So 2732 plus 3582 plus 4470 equals 10784. Okay, so this amount should be this amount. Let's check if we're correct. Okay, so this debtors account balances, this is basically just a closing thing. So F. Abrams, we just transfer these amounts to here, 2732, that is what he owes me at the end of the month. N. Bart owes me 3,582, and A. Carlos owes me 4,470. Add all of those up, we just did it. It should give me 10,784. That is what my debtors still owe me at the end of November. It's all of their amounts added together. Okay, debtors control. Control account for people who owe me money. Okay. I'm just going to use color because I'm a color person. I can see better. Right. Now it says here control of debtors accounts. Okay, opening balance. So that's going to be all of those added together. So 4220 plus